Hi, Manna family. We're doing brief character sketches of people in the Bible. Even though they lived a long time ago, they were real people, just like us, who struggled with the same issues that we struggle with today. Today, we're looking at King Jehoshaphat, who ruled over Judah from 873 to 848 BC. It's a long time ago. Jehoshaphat's name means, "May Yahweh judge." He was a good king because he followed the example of his father David in seeking and following after the Lord. As a result of that, God established his kingdom, gave him control over the kingdom, gave him peace and prosperity. He acquired great wealth, built storage cities, military fortresses, and a large army. Even better, he instructed people in the law of God and established a fair and honest judicial system throughout Judah. However, this king made 3 disastrous alliances with Ahab, the wicked king of northern Israel. Jehoshaphat made a marriage alliance, a military alliance, and a maritime commercial alliance. He compromised with evil when he should have trusted God alone. 2 Chronicles 18:1 says, "Now Jehoshaphat had great riches and honor, and he allied himself by marriage with Ahab." See, Jehoshaphat had arranged for his son Jehoram to marry Athaliah, who was the daughter of Ahab and Jezebel. The consequences were disastrous. Chapter 21:6 says, "And Jehoram walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, just as the house of Ahab did, for Ahab's daughter was his wife, and he did evil in the sight of the Lord." Notice that Jehoram was influenced to do evil by his wife because she was influenced to do evil by her parents. Baal worship entered Judah through this arranged marriage. After Jehoram's death, his wife Athaliah would kill her own grandchildren in order to take over the kingdom of Judah. None of this would have happened if Jehoshaphat had not made a marriage alliance and a treaty with Ahab. No one can serve 2 masters. And Jehoshaphat, for all his good, was a double-minded man. He trusted God, but he wanted a human insurance policy as well. Often marriages between royal families were used to cement political and military alliances. I mean, it was hard to declare war on a neighboring kingdom if your daughter was a princess living there. 2 Chronicles 18:13 records that Ahab asked Jehoshaphat to go to war with him against the kingdom of Aram, which is their next door neighbor, and Jehoshaphat agreed. Jehoshaphat told him, "I am as you are, and my people as your people, and we will be with you in the battle." Jehoshaphat seems to have had second thoughts about this military alliance because he immediately asked King Ahab if there is a prophet of God that they can consult. Micaiah, the prophet of God, gives them some very bad news. He tells them, number 1, Israel will lose this battle, and number 2, Ahab will be killed. So Ahab disguises himself as a common soldier and amazingly persuades Jehoshaphat to put on all his royal robes. This would make him an obvious target. It's pretty clear that Ahab hopes that the enemy will kill Jehoshaphat and let him escape unharmed. Now, despite Ahab's betrayal, Jehoshaphat actually enters into a battle that God has already told him they're going to lose. When you stop trusting God and start trusting people, you begin making foolish decisions. Ahab, in fact, is killed by a random arrow, and Jehoshaphat is miraculously saved by Almighty God from death. When Jehoshaphat returns home to Judah, he's confronted by Jehu, the prophet. 2 Chronicles 19:2. God says, quote, "Should you help the wicked and love those who hate the Lord, and so bring wrath on yourself from the Lord? But there is some good in you, for you have removed the Ashtaroth from the land, and you have set your heart to seek God." Even after God's warning, Jehoshaphat makes a commercial alliance with Ahab's wicked son, Ahaziah, to jointly build ships and trade in Tarshish. However, God called it wicked and opposed it. The ships were wrecked, and so the treaty and the trade agreement never commenced. Here's the applications. Number one, when you do evil, you become an enemy of God. James 4:4 tells us God hates evil, and when you ally with evil, you become an enemy with God. God commands his people, number two, not to be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Don't make committed relationships with the world, marriage, business, or otherwise. Number three, our security, our trust, our hope, the foundation of everything in life is based on our relationship with Jesus Christ, not with the shifting tides of human opinion and the promises of people who will fail. Remember, God designed us to do life together.